Sean, I've got great news.
Go on, tell me.
Coventry Council has signed a first of its kind £500,000 a year artificial intelligence contract with the US data tech company Palantir.
My God, it's about time, isn't it? It's about time we get some big tech into all aspects of British society.
Do you know what we need in Britain? Public-private partnerships.
We've not had enough of it before.
And they've all gone swimmingly.
Yes.
Workers say the firm that supplies Israeli forces raises some serious ethical questions. Can't imagine why.
What would that be?
Palantir have been supporting Trump's deportation efforts. Mm-hmm. It's been co-founded by Peter Thiel, the PayPal billionaire who helped fund Trump's 2016 election campaign, and he also got JD Vance got elected.
JD Vance's sugar daddy, isn't he?
I think so.
Yeah.
So it's so bad. It's so bleak. Well, so there's going to be a pilot scheme in Coventry's Children's Services Department.
You keep saying Coventry. Is that the way they say it in Coventry?
Coventry. I don't know. Coven.
Is that why you're saying it like that?
I guess so.
Is that what it's named after?
I don't know.
Is that like
what
where
the
there was like?
Why is you look that up?
You keep going.
So in Coventry's Children's Services Department, they're going. So there's a pilot scheme in the council's Children's Service Department, which used AI for case note transcription and to summarise social workers' records. The council plans to extend the Palantir system to processes for providing support to children with special educational needs. Now, Palantir also has some public sector contracts in the UK, including providing AI to tackle organised crime in Leicestershire, and for the NHS federated
How is
data
the AI
platform.
tackling organised crime?
Citizen, stop.
You can only gamble, citizen, in a registered William Hill, Paddy Power, or Bet365.
This is Palantir and Paddy Power. Palantir Power. Keir Starmer has been to the company's DC office, and I think he's been to the one in Britain as well. I think they've got an office in London. A council spokesperson has said the contract has been awarded in line with standard procurement procedures and met its rigorous security and compliance requirements.
Why do you need... So before we go full into that, you'll be disappointed to learn that it's not named after a witch's coven. It is an old English word. Coventry comes from... Now, this is also Gemini telling me this. The height
Not Palantir?
Likely comes from Old English words mean Kofa's tree, referring to a boundary marker for the land of an early settler named Kofa. However, the name's similarity to Coven and the city's historical connection to a prominent nunnery and an early witchcraft case may contribute to a witchy association. So, what Gemini has told me there is maybe, I don't know, look it up.
So what we've seen there is maybe a good example as to why we shouldn't be using AI for really sensitive bits of information, such as, I don't know, children who need social services case records.
Okay, so Wikipedia
Right.
says that coven is an old variation of convent.
So it's Coventry.
Coventry.
Right, okay.
Tre is settlement or town.
So it's convent centre.
So it's the settlement near the convent.
So Coventry is Nuntown.
Nuntown, yeah. That's really disappointing, actually.
Were you excited for it to be witchy?
I was excited for it to be witches, yeah.
So what do you make of this, pal?
What do I make of Palantir running Coventry Council?
Just their
children's services, yeah. I mean, should we be handing over the well-being of underserved and at-risk children to the computer? Should Peter Thiel be the person that has ultimate control over how children's services in Coventry? I don't think so. I don't think a US tech giant has the best interests of anybody at heart. Never mind some of the most vulnerable people in society.
Even in Coventry.
Convent settlement. That's what I'm going to start calling it. But it is kind of just like, I fear for the future of politics in general if a lobbyist from Washington can come in and say, we have this computer that talks. Do you want to sack like 100 people and employ the computer instead? It's insane that like it is some neek in Westminster is just going to turn around and say, that's great. We need more technology. We need more innovation. Because that's what it is. It feels like it's really like growth agenda coded of like, yeah, no, technology equals growth. Innovation equals growth. This thing that's going to fire people and do the job objectively worse is therefore good.
Yep.
You know?
I guess we don't know that it's going to do the job objectively worse.
Come on.
I can't but as I think some things, particularly to do with like vulnerable children, you should be handled with like the utmost care.
Yeah.
And things like that, like efficiencies, don't necessarily, in terms of speed, don't necessarily equate to better care. Like children are slipping through the cracks.
Calling freelancers, small and mid-sized business owners. Tide's Instant Saver account offers up to 4% AER variable, flexible access, and competitive returns.
Unlike other options on the market, you won't need to hold your money with Tide for a fixed period. That means you'll have instant access and free withdrawals whenever you need it.
You can get started today with just £1, making it easy to start growing your business savings.
Want to know what you'll earn? Tide's clever calculator gives you a clear picture up front.
Our audience will receive £100 cash back when you deposit £5,000 within the first 30 days of opening your Tide Instant Saver account.
Use code JOE, that's JOE, JOE. New members receive an annual equivalent rate of up to 4% AER variable, free for 6 months. For the full offer, visit tide.co/Joe. T's and C's apply.
Data sovereignty, you know, like, well, it doesn't, I mean, it doesn't say it here, but I would imagine that part of the deal includes Palantir having unfettered access and unfettered use of the data that they collect as part of Coventry's, like, as part of the Children's Services Department. So every aspect of the lives of anybody that's interacted with those services, presumably, is going to be at the complete and utter demand of a Silicon Valley giant that can then sell it on to whoever the fuck they want.
You touched on it earlier, but I do think it's quite astonishing the way that like AI companies come to people, decision makers in this country, and say, "We're an AI company. Okay, spread them." We're
Yes, yes, sir.
Bend over. Yes.
But it's, I don't know. It's just like there's no imagination in it of like. But I mean, this isn't. I'm not like jabbing. Quite the opposite, actually. And I should be jabbing Coventry Council a small bit, I suppose. But like, it feels like it's all part of a wider Labour effort, and I suppose the Conservatives under Rishi Sunak as well, of like, this is the future of governance, of like local government, of the operation of society, of administration society. So we best just provide any and all funds to wind this into how we operate.
It's like they have been told, or they think this is the technology that's about to absolutely take off, and we should get in ahead of it. But in 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, this could be the equivalent of like a business now running on Blackberries.
Yeah,
like we don't know. It seems like progress for the sake of progress.
Well, Sam Altman, I think 3 weeks ago maybe, was in a interview saying that it is, well, I mean, anybody who is shocked by the news that AI is a bubble has been living under a rock for the last couple of years. Yeah. But the founder of OpenAI saying this is all a fucking scam, it's going to burst imminently.
Yep.
But yet we're still giving £500,000 a year to Palantir to manage the administration of how local councils serve vulnerable people. I mean, how many caseworkers could you employ for £500,000 a year? You know, how many administrative staff could you employ for £500,000 a year?
But either they still have to, you still have to employ at least some of them to kind of fix the mistakes that Palantir will make, or the software will make.
Yeah.
Or you just let loose.
And I mean,
you let them rip.
But like part of it as well is like things like Horizon, for example, were far less technologically advanced as like the AI software that Palantir have. But we've seen in the past in the UK that there have been instances of just acquiescing to the computer that it ends up being a humongous issue down the line, to the point that like the Horizon scandal is basically coming out and saying that Fujitsu didn't want to tell the post office, and when they eventually told the post office didn't want to tell anyone.
Yeah. Oh fuck.
And so but like this is like Coventry Council is not the biggest council in Britain, but if it then becomes like Manchester City, London, whoever it might be, it's starting to give contracts like this to AI companies that then underperform or misfire consistently over the years that the contract is there. And it's only 10 years down the line when the few staff that are still working at the place, like the one guy that's there to just douse water on the cloud that's in the London Assembly now, operating the entire city, that guy for some reason is going to be in court and have a life sentence because the computer wasn't administering the city properly.
Yeah. I suppose we should say as well, to maybe cut non-town councils some slack. It's not like councils have been terribly well funded for 15 years. And if the culture of running a council now is like cutting
we need
corners
to fix this
and
quickly.
we're seeking solutions, then maybe I understand the rationale behind this, but shit, that's the position, especially when it comes to like children's services. I think that's like, because with like the Horizon scandal, obviously it was a scandal and a tragedy, and people like, but it affected like it affected one person, multiple people, but like this, it wasn't like the knockout or the fallout wasn't like concentric circles. Whereas with this, with children's services,
there is an immediate aftermath to this.
There is like the shock and like the waves of this, or the potential after effects of this, are so potentially large.
Are we being Luddites?
I think we're being skeptics. I don't think we're being Luddites. And kind of like, I think having a healthy skepticism towards big tech is probably the most sensible thing to do, after they've been proven time and time again not to have anyone's interest at heart, bar the pursuit of profit.
Thanks to Tide and their instant savings account for sponsoring this week's podcast.
New members receive an annual equivalent rate of up to 4% AER variable.
Our audience will receive £100 cash back when you deposit £5,000 within the first 30 days of opening your Tide Instant Saver account.
Use code JOE. For the full offer, visit tide.co/Joe. T's and C's apply.